Well, good morning, everyone. This is Coach coming to you from the beautiful Carnival of Venezia. I'm standing out on the balcony, but with the door open to block some of the wind noise. So hopefully you can hear me better here. So anyway, John came out with the latest cruise news just an hour or so ago, and I wanted to get you the highlights, and you can decide whether you want to watch the whole video or not. So the first thing he discussed is the difficulty in some requests people make to him. He gave an example of somebody requesting chopsticks for their child. He discusses that. The second topic, the time the ship is sailing from for check-in. They experimented with, having that check-in time be the time, like Galveston, for example, is on Central Time, whereas Miami is on Eastern Time, and then those check-in times would match the time zones. Well, they're going to go back to Eastern Time, apparently. I didn't even know they had tried that, but apparently that they had. In regards, they have some casino premier cruising news, and oftentimes they'll do a premier group for a casino sailing, and they're saying that some of those offers will still be extended even if it's not a larger group, and there will be awards, just not as many, but the awards that there will be, you might have a chance to win double if you win one of the raffles or something like that. In regards to air conditioning, there were some complaints about air conditioning, about it not being cold enough. John addresses that in one of the other comments. The fifth thing he discussed is, well, actually, it wasn't a discussion. He randomly invited a guest onto the show. I believe her name was Brenda. Talked with her for a bit. The sixth thing he talked about is the 2026 itineraries, and it sounds like they're going to have some very interesting combinations of destinations. A lot of that has to do with some of the piers they're building for the ships and accommodating more ships and things like that. So that will be released soon. So that's some big, exciting news there. And then finally, he addresses a letter concerning a woman. I think she was on the Carnival celebration that was claiming to be working for Carnival, doing some filming and stuff, telling people to move out of the way, that she was filming for Carnival in the gym or something like that. And she didn't work for Carnival, and John got upset about somebody that would do that. I know he's not always excited about all us YouTubers and influencers and stuff, at least the ones that do that kind of stuff, and you can't blame them for that. So those are the highlights. If you would choose to watch any parts of that, John is coming up right after this.
Cruise Code! Yeah!
I just can't get away from a good time.
Coach Cruise, like, subscribe, share. You know what to do.
Cheers. And say good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you're watching this in this wonderful world. I hope you're taking good care of yourselves and of each other. Now, we've got quite a bit to get through. I want to try and really rush through this because I've got hundreds of questions waiting for me to answer. So I do want to get back. We've got a few things to cover. More and more people come to this page for questions. Most of the time I can't answer them because I do answer them, but some of them I can't answer. I just say I'll do my best. Some of them I say no problem and give people the answer. But the more and more people who come here, the more diverse the questions is. And I really do try and help people. I just want to give you an example of one from yesterday. It's just an example, I think, of the diversity of the kind of questions that people now come to me for. Used to be, before social media, they would try and get it taken care of the ship. Now people come to me, which is fine. I get it. We'll talk more about that in a moment. But I had this one yesterday, right? And this is from somebody. I won't say the name or the ship they're on because that's too much information. But this lady wrote to me and said, we're on the Carnival blank. I won't say which one. My 8-year-old child won't eat unless he has chopsticks. Now, I did check this and I looked at the name and I thought, well, the name isn't Japanese, so certainly there's no ethnicity. There's no ethnicity. It doesn't matter if that they're not Japanese, but I did check. My 8-year-old won't eat unless he has chopsticks. It was a big deal for our waiter to go and get some. He was very rude and rolled his eyes at me. What do I need to do to get these on the table for every meal, including our breakfast, lunch, and Lido? Now, they only got on the ship on yesterday. They're cruising in doesn't matter where they're cruising. And I'm going to get the chopsticks for them. But I'm sure the waiter didn't roll his eyes and was rude. And if you asked somebody, maitre d' or something, they can do it there. But now they write to me, and now that's a day's lapse because of the time difference. Because I didn't get this, it was written yesterday, but I didn't see it until I woke up this morning. So now I have to organise the chopsticks, which I have. I spoke with the dining room manager, restaurant operations manager, to give it the exact title now, and they will arrange for a big load of chopsticks to be sent to the cabin from the bonsai, and then they can take them and use them wherever they want. I understand the kid likes it, maybe has extra needs, and we definitely can help. But it does make me think that when people say the waiter was rude because he didn't bring them straight away, really, was he? I don't know. Anyway, we're doing that. By the way, this gives me a chance to let you know that on the 2 new XL ships, the Mardi Gras class Jubilee celebration, we are going to introduce a new fast food system to the bonsai. So there will be fast food sushi restaurants on these 2 new ships. You heard it here before anywhere else, and we're very proud. It's fast food sushi. Basically, we're going to give you at this fast food sushi restaurant on the 2 new ships. You'll go there. We will immediately give you a pair of chopsticks and a goldfish tank full of goldfish. Fast food. Chopsticks and some goldfish. All right. Let's get down to a few things. So checking in. I mentioned this a couple of days ago or a couple of weeks ago. There was a glitch for some of you who were used to waking up at midnight Miami time and checking in for your cruise. For many of you, you weren't able to do this until the time of midnight where the ship was sailing from. So it was always Eastern Standard Time, and now it moved to the time where the ship was sailing from. So Central Time, Western Time, Cleveland, Ohio time, or whatever those different time structures are across the US. Now, we started a fix for this yesterday. We're trying it to make sure it works. So about 15% of you got the new fix. We're monitoring it today. The beards will be monitoring it today and over the next 24 and 48 hours. And if it worked, then they will go ahead and give that same fix, whatever it is they do, to everybody. So hopefully over the next few days, everyone will find that it's back to EST. So you wake up at midnight, regardless of where the cruise is going from, and you can check in at that time. And some of you will already find that that is the case. But the idea is for the beards to look at this and see if it's working. If it is, they'll expand it. They're going to let me know, and I promise to pass on the news updated as soon as I get that for you. So please look out for that. Loads of you asked me questions about the casino and the new Premier cruising. Well, it's not new. So I don't really have very little to do with the casino. They are a separate entity to everything that I pretty much do. But as literally hundreds of you have been asking me, the casino beards did tell me that for guests who are going to have the Premier experience on non-group sailings, you will still get the Premier gifts and recognised on board as a Premier casino guest. There isn't a dedicated drawing. Apparently there was some sort of raffle or something, but you will still have the Heat Wave and the Fireball raffle promotions, where guests who are under the Premier offer will be able to win double the prize money if they're selected, and all that kind of thing. So hopefully that gives you a little answer to the things I was asking. If you have any casino related questions, I do refer you to the Ocean Players Club. They know far more than me. In fact, this bottle of Perrier knows more about the casino operations than I do, right?
Well, I know so much, you know nothing. I am a Perrier bottle of water, and I know more than you, you ugly bastard.
That was French. I wonder if there's any other brand ambassador for any other company doing a Facebook Live video pretending a bottle of sparkling water is talking. Do you think it's time for me to retire? There are some people back at the mothership going, yes, definitely go. Right, I want to talk to you about air conditioning. It is time for us to have the air conditioning talk. And remember, it's difficult for me because here in the United Kingdom, air conditioning has yet to be invented. Cheers. And for the air conditioning, I am going to talk about the air conditioning. Does your dog bite? No, my dog does not bite. Ow! I thought you said your dog does not bite. That is not my dog. That was a Pink Panther thing, which has gone straight. Anybody with ripped holes in their jeans have just gone, what is the fat guy talking about now? What was that? It was John Cleese. It was Peter Sellers' Pink Panther. Never mind. It's time to have the air conditioning talk, and I want to read this post to you. We were on the Valor last week, John. Our room was always too warm for us. At night, the coldest it ever got down to was 69. I use the Thermometer Plus app on my phone, and it is 100% accurate. I am 400 pounds. My partner is a similar weight. Yes, we are fluffy people, but we should not be punished for that. I will bring a fan, but we also choose a room that the air conditioning vents are near the end of the beds. If you get a cabin where the bed is by the balcony, it feels warmer as the AC is further away from the bed. This is not easy to find. Carnival must put this information on their website. Excuse me. 70 degrees is too hot for us to sleep. The reason why the rooms get so warm are because I think people keep the balcony doors open. We live in Oklahoma, so in the summer we sleep at 65 degrees and winter maybe 70 max. Who can I speak to about this? So this now brings me on to the whole subject of air conditioning, because it is summertime, and as we move into the summer, especially in the Caribbean, it gets hot. It gets hot. It's hot in the Caribbean, and that's obviously something that's good because we all want sunshine and warm weather. There are 2 or 3 things that I decided to read this letter out for, and I want to cover 3 of them. So it is summer and it does get warmer, and sometimes when the ship is in port, those temperatures can go up, not in the cabin, but why did I just get a big thumbs up? It's like the balloons again. Peace, balloons. So it does get warmer. Now, when the ship is alongside and the doors are open, so the gangways can come out and the other doors are open, perhaps for some stores to be placed on board, or there's a lifeboat drill for the crew, that temperature can go up, but it definitely gets hotter in the summer. It doesn't mean that the air conditioning isn't working. It just gets warmer, and you need to have that on your mind, please. Our air conditioning systems are wonderful and they do work, but here are 3 things with that. If you leave your balcony door open, it only affects the temperature in your cabin. It does not shut off the air in other cabins around, but it will turn off your air conditioning. So please, if you're in a balcony cabin, make sure your door is closed. Keep getting this massive giant thumb keeps coming up here. Reminds me, I've got to call my doctor. So the air conditioning does indeed work, but it shuts off if your balcony door is open. Secondly, we do not have fans. Okay, I had a very angry letter from somebody yesterday. I know it was today, you probably read, saying that they didn't have a fan on board the ship. We do not have fans to say, here it is. We have a few fans on board, but those are used primarily, they're used mostly for unforeseen circumstances, medical situations, etc. If you need a fan, please make sure that you bring it yourself. You can bring a fan. It needs to be in great working order, so no frayed edges on the wire, no bigger than 12 inches, and it should be brought in your carry-on bag or as a carry-on item, please. But remember, if you need a fan, you must bring it yourself, please. We don't have one for everyone that asks. So the air conditioning, we've covered the doors open. It does get hot during the summer. Bring a fan if you want. But most importantly, if you have a concern with your air conditioning, please, I beg you, as much as I want to hear from you and as much as I want to help you and as much as I will help you, there's no point writing to me after the fact if you haven't reported it while you're on the ship. Please report it while you're on the ship. I'm not slapping my hands. I don't know why I'm doing that, because that's quite rude. So I'll stop. Please do report it on board. Call guest services and say, it's a little warm in my cabin. Do you think somebody can check? And they will. Okay, they will. But please don't worry. I'm sure your room is going to be absolutely perfect. And if you're too cold or indeed too hot, remember the temperatures in the summer, especially as everything I've mentioned, make sure your balcony door is closed. And if you're still unhappy, let somebody know during the cruise, and I promise they will do their very, very best for you. It's really important. Okay, now I have one more letter to read, which really got to me this morning. So I will read that out. And I'm also going to tell you that I've just seen an email come in from Richard, who is our Senior Vice President of Food Operations, and he has decided to do away with all knives and forks, and starting tonight on every ship for the rest of the year, we will only put chopsticks on the table. So everybody's eating chopsticks now. Thank you, Richard. I once ate a yogurt with a chopstick. That's all I could manage, the thick end, scooping it in. We're not really doing that, so please, all the cut and paste news websites, breaking cruise news, we basically just cut and paste everything I say. No, that was a joke. We're not really doing that. All right, now I want to talk to one person. I can only do one person because I don't have time for any more. And then I've got this one other letter, which really, anyway. So I'm going to press this and see if anybody wants to come on. I'm going to do this randomly simply because I don't want to choose, and I'm going to, if anybody wants to join me on my video thing, you have to do a request. So I have to do the, I'm going to do this and then close my eyes and see if anybody wants to be in. I'm pressing there. Who have I got? Send invite. I don't know who it was. They can't join. Oh, somebody who wanted to be here couldn't join me at this time. So I wonder why they were asking here. Let's go spin it, and I'm closing my eyes and send invite. I don't know who I'm inviting. I'm inviting somebody. I have no idea who they are. It says adding. So this is the bit where we have to wait patiently with nothing going on to see if whoever I've invited is going. It says adding, and I will keep doing that. Thank you, Chris. Everybody, Chris just wrote, nothing urgent, just called to say I love you. Isn't that nice? That's my boss, Chris Chimes, our Chief Communications Officer, who just called to say he loves me. I can't add that person because they don't want to be added. So I don't know why people are saying, can you add me, when I'm going to go with the latest person, only because that way I will know. All right, let's try somebody again. If this doesn't work, I'm going to give up with adding somebody. This one says adding. And I've got one more letter to read out. I don't think this is... Oh, hello. Somebody.
Hello, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I can't see you, whoever you are.
That's because it's like 8 in the morning here and I'm not ready.
So, Brenda, I got to talk to somebody that I can't see?
Yes, I'm so sorry.
Are you naked, Brenda?
Halfway, yes.
Halfway. That's a good excuse. But look at me, right? And however you look, you can't look as bad as this, Brenda. You look at this. Anyway,
Trust.
Brenda, where are you? By the way, can I just say, you're the first lady I've asked that question to ever, just so you know. That's how sheltered I am. Where are you, Brenda?
I am in lovely Detroit, Michigan.
You're in lovely Detroit, Michigan, where it is 8 o'clock in the morning. Tell us a little something. When you finally get out of bed, Brenda, what are you going to do today?
I am going to the post office since I could not yesterday because we had a national holiday.
What was the holiday yesterday? I didn't know that. What was it?
Juneteenth was yesterday.
Was it a national holiday?
Yeah. Yes, it is a national holiday.
Know that. I'm so sorry. We don't. I'm an idiot. We don't do that here.
Yeah.
So I know about Memorial and Veteran. I forgot. Is this new? Is this a new holiday?
It is a rather new holiday. Yes.
Well, you don't say that. Do you say? You don't say happy, because obviously we're talking about the end of that awful slavery.
Correct.
You say happy? No. What's the right thing to say?
I don't know what.
Well, anyway, let's say I hope you had a nice day, and please, the most important thing is before you go to the post office, remember to put some clothes on.
Yes, I will.
All right. Tell me, I'm going to ask you, when was your last cruise, Brenda?
I cruised too much. I don't remember. Hold on.
There's no such thing. You don't know what ship you were on.
It was last month. I know that for sure.
I
went on the horizon. I went on the horizon. Yes.
We teleported you to a different ship.
No, I was on the horizon.
Do you know when your cruise is, Brenda?
I went on the horizon for Mother's Day. So I went to ABC on the horizon. Yes.
What's the best thing about cruising, Brenda?
Doing what I want to do when I want to do
there
it.
You go. Well, I'm glad I could speak to you. I'm going to insist that I bring you on my next video.
Okay.
So please be dressed.
Okay.
So they can see you, because right now you're an enigma.
Okay. Well, we had a question this morning.
Oh, go ahead.
We were up
Who's we?
Me and my friend Glow. We had a question this morning.
Is she there with you?
But she's in the live because we just got off the phone. We want to know why we can't have sailings that are half moon and bimini.
It's because we're worried that you're going to not be dressed in time. You see, it's a very short distance between Half Moon Key and Bimini, and your record is that you'd go to bed and you wouldn't be up in time to enjoy the next day. Yeah. I will say simply this, I can't say too much, but we will be able to do much more of that kind of thing once we have finished completing building the pier at Half Moon Key. And in the autumn of this year, stay tuned, because we will announce the 2026 cruises, and I hope you will be very pleased and excited.
Okay, that's the perfect answer. That's what we want.
Have a wonderful day.
Thank you.
Thank you, Brenda. I'm going to hope to see you soon, and I mean literally see you.
Right. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, now I've got to do that. What do I need? Change current role. Guest? No, there we are. I'm done. All right, that was Brenda. Nice to talk to you, and I'm going to leave you today with this poor letter, which it just goes to show the world we live in. It really does. I'm on the celebration. Good morning to this wonderful gentleman. I'm going to say his name. You know what? I'm going to say his name. Good morning, Graham. Good morning. Good morning, Graham, who's on the Carnival celebration. I'm trying so hard to plan on being good with exercising so I can eat all the yummy food they are serving us here without 1 ounce of guilt. I was in the gym this morning early, around 8ish. Background, full stop. Exclamation mark. I am 52 years old and an overweight corrections officer from Montgomery. Now, I had to ask Uncle Google what a corrections officer was, and I realized he works in a prison, because we call them prison officers. It doesn't matter. He's a corrections officer from Montgomery. Don't know where Montgomery is. Is that North Carolina, South Carolina? Can't remember. Anyway, he says, I've recently been diagnosed with, I won't say what, and working out seems to help me. I am not what you would call a gym god. laugh out loud, or lol. And here is the reason I'm asking you to advise me. I was lifting some weights when a lady passenger told me I needed to move out of the way from the view in the mirror. I was shocked. She told me that she was filming for Carnival and I had to get out of her view. I did as she asked, and she filmed herself with her phone making motivational mantras. My question, John, is, was this lady telling the truth? She told another passenger the same thing: get out of my film shot. I have trouble in my job every day. I don't want to cause any more trouble, but seems unfair that we pay money to use the gym and are told we cannot. So I did some checking, right? I checked with our PR and with marketing. We do not have anybody filming on board the ship, and certainly nobody filming in the gym with an iPhone. This was obviously some lady who is doing one of her influencing things that people do these days. And I thought it was very rude to tell her to tell this gentleman who works so hard in a very stressful job to get out of the way of my shot. So I contacted Graham and I told him to go back to the gym at the same time this morning, so any time now. And if this lady is there and she is filming, that he has my full permission to walk into the background of her film and twerk. Just twerk. And I promise that if he does that, that I will send him some nice free things to say thank you for the wonderful work he does and to have fun. So, Graham, if you're watching this, and anyone else on the celebration, if this lady tells you to move out of the way of her motivational mantra while filming herself, go into the background and twerk. I don't care if you are Scarlett Johansson or you look like me. Twerk. In fact, I want the whole gym on the celebration twerking. Twerk to your heart's content. I want her motivational mantra to be retitled Twerking on the Carnival Celebration. Oh, have a great day. Cheers.
Do such an awesome job.
Oh, sure.
And secondly, and this one is huge, like and subscribe. Ring that notification bell so you know when this man is posting more videos.
I appreciate that, you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Lee.
I just can't get away from a good time.